Hi everyone.
Hi everyone. Yeah, we just felt to come on and share a little bit about what's been happening for us, and maybe we can already share we're coming to Europe.
Yeah, see you soon.
But
Ish.
first, you soonish, yeah. But first, we felt to share a little bit of the miracles that have been happening to us on our travels through the US.
Mm,
We've been hosted by our wonderful friend, and we've been loving it so far. And we've had some day trips, you may call it day trips in between, where we've experienced so many miracles. So, yeah, we felt to share a little bit about that. Mm.
yeah. No, it's been just really beautiful and just kind of this, I don't know, soft and beautiful time in the U.S. for us overall, and um, yeah, just taking it step by step and just being with beautiful friends and I feel learning a lot about ourselves, discovering things, going deeper with one another.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, it's all just felt beautiful. And I
Yeah.
guess we were just talking about maybe like
Like
Tahoe.
that. Yeah, one time after the movie session with David, I think 2 weeks ago, we had this amazing call with friends in Spokane. And then afterwards, we felt so lit up that we were like, we need to do a little road trip. And then we both were looking up Lake Tahoe because we've driven past Lake Tahoe, but not
Mm-hmm.
really like landed there at one point. And it looked so beautiful. And then, yeah, we just felt like, let's pack what we have and let's just go.
Yeah,
And I found this one beach that I thought was really cool, and
Chimney Beach.
Chimney Beach. And on cool on online they said, yeah, it's very secluded and it will be very peaceful and you won't see many people there. Well, mind you, this was Saturday afternoon, so in the end we did see a lot of people
Yeah.
there. But even that felt kind of beautiful to just be in it with everyone.
Mm.
But yeah, the miracle was that so it was so busy and we had not anticipated on that. We don't really live with weekly days or weekend. I don't know, that's not really
Yeah,
in our minds. Like, okay, we have all week, let's just go on a Tuesday. No, it's Saturday afternoon and we felt to go.
it's spontaneous.
Yeah, and so we were driving and it's a two lane, like
Oh yeah.
one lane this way and one lane that way.
Yeah.
um yeah, through lake, or across,
Yeah,
how do you say
along like the
it, along
mountain,
Lake
along the lake.
Tahoe.
Yeah.
And then so we had a parking spot that we found, and so we get there and it says full, and like, oh no, but I had to keep driving because there were people behind us.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, okay, I'll just trust. And then we just drove and drove and drove. And then on my right hand, I saw a huge parking lot. I was even up the
Mm.
mountain. I was like, ooh, this feels good. And
Yeah.
then it also said full.
And even along the way, I'd never seen that. It was like droves of cars were just parked on both sides of the road. Like it was hard to even drive on that road
Yeah.
between them.
And people
The,
were walking even.
it was so packed. So at least my thought was like,
We're not
yeah,
going.
we're not going to like maybe it was just for this drive, and then we head back. It was a beautiful drive. But yeah, you had the prompt to still go up that full parking.
Yeah, because I thought, well, if we go all the way and we never like turn, then we're up there like almost near Truckee, and then I need to turn back. So I rather can just go up a big parking lot and then I'll make a turn and go back
Mm.
and find a spot. But then, so it said full, and you were like, no, let's not go there. It's full. It says the parking space is full.
You
This
shouldn't
was
even go up. It's full.
you cannot go in there, it's full. And I was like, well, I can just make a turn, once I'm there. And then I saw a lane going up the mountain, and I saw that there were a lot of cars, but I suddenly was like, I feel I need to go there. So I just
Mm.
drove up that mountain and I made a turn, and then suddenly out of nowhere there was an empty spot, like right there for us.
Yeah.
And then the people behind us were also leaving, and so was like, okay, so we parked, and you were like, is this even like legal? Can we do
Right.
this?
There's one open spot. Is there something weird about this spot? It said full.
It said full, and here's this one open spot. And I was like, no, feels good to me. So we get out, and then we tried to pay for it because we needed to pay. It was at 3 p.m. and it would close at 7:30.
Yeah.
But so we were trying. We felt so lucky that we even found a spot.
Yeah.
That we were like, okay, let's see how we can pay. And then the woman who was behind us leaving, she just handed us the parking ticket saying, here, you guys can use it. I'm going to go. And so we're like, what? And so we parked in her spot.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just used that, and we felt so blessed. Like, oh my God, we got this parking spot, this parking ticket. Like, it's all for free on a Saturday afternoon, very busy. And then we walk down, and we see that was actually the parking that we originally anticipated in going.
Yeah.
The Chimney Beach parking. We're like, oh my God, there were toilets. That was very nice.
It was everything, because
Yeah.
right as you from the parking, you cross this main road, and then there's a path to go all the way down to Chimney Beach.
Yeah, and even a crossing for pedestrians, like to cross over, because it's a very busy road. That was really cool.
Yeah.
And then we walked down with like a bunch of people, and it was a huge hike.
It was a pilgrimage,
Oh
a
my
half
God.
mile pilgrimage.
I'm from the Netherlands. Like, you just walk over the dunes and you're at the sea. And this was we needed to go down through a forest and climb rocks. And I was like, is this even like?
You gotta earn it.
Oh my goodness!
It was fun.
It was fun, actually. It was so beautiful.
It led to holy encounters along
Yeah.
the way.
Because we needed to help each other.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
are we going down the right path?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at one point, we were standing there, and there was a family behind us we had passed. And we were standing there, and I was like, do we go left or right? And we heard behind us, right! Like, thank you! So it felt so comical in a
Yeah.
way.
Very sweet.
Yeah. And then, yeah, we arrived there, and we looked for a spot that felt a little bit with shadow and a little shade and a little where we could just observe our thoughts and feelings and
Yeah, just land there.
just land there and be there. And it was very crowded but also very beautiful, and yeah, it led to more holy encounters. And then after an hour or 2 hours we felt, well, we're done. And then we walked back up, and even that was so much fun with people, and
Yeah.
we were all helping each other like climb back up. And
It was sweet. It was with the people. But even at, yeah, well, one of the things that was just funny, it was like the one spot we picked just for shade, it was only like several days later that I realized the name of the beach we went to, Chimney Beach. Our one spot of shade was from the chimney. We're like, what is this thing when we walked there?
what
We
is
didn't
this
even know what we
weird
were.
thing?
Yeah.
You never connected the
I
dots.
never connected it, and then it was only some days ago. It was like, oh wait, that's the Chimney Beach. But
Yeah.
I don't know, very sweet, and just that water. Like I'm not that
Yeah.
used to lake water, but it was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, it tasted so good,
Yeah.
and it felt so fresh. Like it was
Yeah.
cold, but somehow still fresh. Like it felt good.
Yeah.
So it just was like an invigorating experience
Yeah.
to just be there for a bit.
Yeah.
And it just felt so given.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that was very nice.
yeah.
And then a few days ago, we also felt to just do a little road trip and see how we felt. Like, we really wanted to make the destination not the destination, but
Yeah.
to just go on a road, because we've both been dreaming of road trips, but it really, yeah, we really like, is that really what we're meant to be doing? And let's just go on the road, let's pack up everything, let's go on the road, and then just see along the drive how we
Yeah.
feel. And it was really funny because the further we drove, it was really beautiful, it was amazing, but we both started to feel like, I don't know if this is what we're meant to be doing. Like, we started to encounter fear in our minds, and we couldn't really pop out of that. And then I always really like coffee, like good coffee, and then Starbucks is for me a symbol of that. Like it's been for that forever, and yeah, but I handed it over as much as I could, but then we were like, let's just. And you said, well, I feel for this part, it might be given to go and to stop at a place at Starbucks just to rest a little bit.
Yeah, we
And
had already driven like 2.5 hours north, and
yeah,
just I don't know, it was following like a feeling.
yeah, just following the feeling, and then yeah, and then I was like, okay, let's just try to find the next Starbucks, also to have a pause to break, and we did. So I was really happy about that. Mind you, there's a Starbucks 5 minutes away.
Right, there's one close by. But Natalie needed a really special Starbucks, and so we drove 2.5 hours away for this coffee. So it was the best coffee.
It tasted like the best coffee ever. Like, I cannot deny that. It was amazing. And in that, we just had the time to just, calm down after a 2.5 hour drive. We haven't really driven by ourselves that long.
Not
And
in a long
time. And then, yeah, we were just sitting down and like, do we really feel to go on? Like, there's these national parks around. We have a couple of friends a few hours away on a drive, but we both felt like, I don't know if it's the guidance. I don't know. And then you had driven the whole way there, and then I felt to drive on. But then as soon as we said, let's just go back, let's just drive back, I felt like a puppy, like so happy, like, oh, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
And as soon as I was behind the wheel and we were going back, we just felt so like good. And even the drive back felt like much shorter than the drive up. And I remember because I grew up with horses, when you go out with a horse and they have like a baby, they just drag their body along away from the baby. But then as soon as you turn back and they know they're going back to the stables, they like go so fast and they're so happy. And that's a little bit how I felt. And so we're like, okay, we don't know what it means, but we'll just follow the feeling. And
Yeah.
okay, you go ahead.
Well, no, I was just thinking, like in that moment, I was like, really? Because we had thoughts, but we
Yeah.
weren't like, we were prepared in case to spend a night somewhere and then probably come back after that. And we had certain ideas or thoughts, but like we also had agreed beforehand, just okay, let's not make the destination
Yeah.
like the importance. Let's just use it for a backdrop for connection
Yeah.
and going along the way. But then it was funny. I was like, oh wow, are we really about to like turn back? I could see these thoughts in my mind, but something did not feel restful going
No.
forward. And there were various thoughts, but it was like in the end it just didn't feel restful. And then a parable that came back to our mind kind of in that moment
Yeah.
was that David had shared years ago. He was going on this road trip with a friend, and I forget which direction they were going, but let's just say they were going like east.
Yeah.
And I think they'd driven a whole day or maybe 2 days. And then in meditation that next morning before leaving, David then heard, go west. He's like, what? Go
Yeah.
west? I've just been heading east. This can't possibly be the guidance. But then
Yeah.
after more prayer, he's like, oh my God, I hear west. But there was maybe a thought of embarrassment, or what is my friend going to think? We just drove this way. They're going to think
Yeah.
I'm crazy.
Yeah.
And then they went to their friend. David went to his friend and shared this, and they're like, I heard the same thing. And so then they were so happy then just following the guidance, and
Yeah.
that's what it felt like for us. Like, oh, maybe it literally isn't about the destination. It's one thing to say it, but it's another thing to mean it.
Yes.
Maybe it was just for this Starbucks coffee 2.5 hours away.
Yeah. That was really funny. Yeah, that we both heard the same thing, because I was like, I hear this parable with David in my mind, and you were like, oh, I was just thinking about that. So that was really funny. And also the week before we had gone to Lake Tahoe, and after that we felt to celebrate it with some pizza. And so when we came to, can we say the franchise? Oh yeah. And when we came to Pizza Hut, we like that's not a preference of us. We kept hearing a few weeks
Something
ago,
about
Pizza Hut, you just need to go there. So we came there after Lake Tahoe last week, and we wanted to order, and this woman comes out of the kitchen and says, "We have no more dough." I'm like, "What?
A pizza
what?"
place with no dough.
It's like, "Yeah, we're out of dough."
What?
I'm like, "Oh, then you must have had an amazing day." And she's like, "Yeah, but now we're out of dough." I'm like, "Okay, well then we're not supposed to be at the Pizza Hut."
Yeah.
So we drove on and to the next place, and that was also a very beautiful encounter.
Yeah.
But we kept feeling something with the Pizza Hut. So we drove back from our little road trip this time.
Mm.
We felt Pizza Hut. So we went there. You want to tell?
Well, yeah, I think, I don't know, there's something about timing and
Mhm.
everything, because we initially were feeling really a spark. We had some random pauses along the way, and I feel like, wow, all things like work together for good.
Yeah.
Because we've nicknamed the car we've been driving Joe, or
Yeah.
like for Jolene, or Joe for a
First,
dog we
yeah.
helped sit in Truckee, California
Yeah.
the other week, who was just a reminder of like taking things very simply. Like the destination is definitely not the purpose, because you would think you'd get somewhere and then nope, okay, you're heading back, and maybe you only walked 5-10 minutes, but you have to be very patient.
Yeah.
And so yeah, really putting that into practice. And yeah, so I don't know, there were some random stops along the way that felt joyful. And then we felt to stop in Reno
Oh yeah.
and
That
just
was awesome.
I don't know, enjoy it. And there was this thought I had in mind, like, oh, we could stay here until night. I'm fine with driving
Yeah.
back. But we just had something like, no, it's felt like a full day. Like we even left a bit late, which were some of
Yeah.
our thoughts of why it's like, oh, well, by the time we get there, it's gonna be this late. Just something
Yeah.
doesn't feel restful.
Yeah.
So then we had a sweet time in downtown Reno just to check that out. And I don't know, it just felt joyful.
Yeah.
And
And
the
then there was
music
this
that was
huge,
playing.
yeah, and this huge sign that said "Believe."
Oh yeah,
This
the
huge-
Believe sign. And we've been watching some episodes of Ted Lasso.
Mm-hmm.
We started that a
Yeah.
while back and then stopped for a while and started and stopped.
Mm.
And that's one of these like main, I don't know, keywords
Yeah.
that they've used in most, season 1, 2, and 3. And then there was this, we had no idea. We just were walking around. We just felt to go to the water, the river walk, and then came up and saw this huge sign that said Believe.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just blown by that. And then, we felt complete and just kind of headed on back. And so, I mention all these things because of timing. It's like, oh, we could have potentially gone back sooner or
Yeah.
later, all these things. But when we decided to finally head back and go to this Pizza Hut, which we were first like, it's looking a bit empty. I wonder how this is going to go.
Yeah.
But then actually, as soon as we parked,
Yeah.
like 2 other cars came right next to us.
Yeah.
And we went in.
Yeah. Yeah, and we went in and we were so in between 2 customers. So 2 guys before us, they had already ordered it, so they just needed to pay. And somehow they couldn't pay. Somehow they had they had an amount of cash and they couldn't be paid back, and they were like, no, we don't have a card, or we don't want to pay with a card. In the end, they did end up paying, so they left, and then we came, and there was a guy behind us fully dressed in black, and I felt we were like taking too long on what pizza we wanted, and I felt a little stressed. And then we made the order and we sat down, and then he just came, because that's what he said, I'll just come to pick up my pizza, like, is it like, hurry up people kind of thing. That was my perception of the whole situation. So we sit down, and then the guy actually also has a problem with paying. And I was like, all the customers that are here have a problem with paying, and what's going on?
Yeah, something just felt out of pattern, which to us just felt like, out of pattern experiences
Yes,
is
very
usually a
weird.
sign by the Spirit, pay attention.
Yeah.
Like, just be open to the miracle or prayer. Like, okay. But, yeah. So then the person was having difficulty paying, and it felt distressing. Which
Yeah.
I think it might for anyone. And then it, which was quite out of pattern. I don't think I've ever witnessed that before, but it just really wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
And so the
Yeah.
person was like, okay, well, I can't pay for it, so I'm leaving the pizza here. They're canceling the order.
Yeah.
And
it felt
and he
really-
walked out.
Yeah, like he really wanted that pizza, and he really had to let it go because his car just wasn't working, and he had no other. He was trying to find out a way, and it just wasn't working. And we were like,
Yeah.
"That's really weird." So we sat there in silence for a little bit, looking at the pizza. Like,
Yeah, for a few seconds while watching this thing. So if you've ever practiced any of this teaching, you'll see the difference between getting and giving. And we could see in this moment, because, some of what we were facing in our mind with the trip is money
Yeah.
thoughts.
yeah, I
Of
was-
like, we don't really have a ton of funds.
yeah,
And like, that was even some of the thoughts. Oh, if we go all the way there, then we have to buy, like, everything just, maybe it's new, maybe it hasn't been, but everything just feels expensive. So like, is that really the best use of funds?
yeah,
So in that moment, I was like, I wonder if they would give that pizza away for free. Like, just like, oh, can we get that pizza? But then, thankfully, the Spirit reached you and just shared, like, like, an idea that's beautiful, but somehow, like, I hadn't considered, which was, maybe we can pay for that
Yeah,
pizza
like,
for that man.
Are we meant to pay for that pizza? And you like immediately got up because the guy was ready to go in his car.
He was already like
was in
walking
his
out
car.
in his car.
Yeah. And you were like, yes. And so we walk up to the guy outside and we're like, hey, we can pay for you. It's okay. Oh no, we first asked how much it is because
We're like,
can we
if it's like
even-
100, I don't know. But it was something that actually felt really like
felt
reasonable.
Really good to us.
Felt really
Yeah.
good to us. It was more expensive than what we paid,
Yeah.
but somehow suddenly it did feel reasonable
Yes.
or good.
Yes.
And I don't know, it just felt so joyful.
Yeah.
So then when we found that out, we went out and I just called out to that guy, hey, we'd love to pay for your pizza if you're
Yeah.
open to it.
Yeah.
And he couldn't hear me, so then he came out of his car, came up, and
He
he's
was
like,
like, what do you say? 'Cause he was really sad.
And I was like, yeah, we'd like to pay. He's like, what? No, no, that's fine. No, I can't ask you to do it. I was like, no, it'd be our joy.
Yeah.
We'd love
please.
to.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. Like, he was very surprised.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of went for it. And then it just
Yeah.
turned into such beautiful, holy encounter.
Yeah.
And it felt so meaningful. It
Yeah.
felt more joyful. I mean, I didn't even need our pizza anymore
No.
at that point.
We were just so happy, and he was like, "You're my first friends here. I moved here 3 months ago." And then he looked at another woman that was coming in, and he was like, "Can you believe this is happening?" And she was like, "Yeah, there really are beautiful people in this world." And I was like, "Yeah, they are." So we were so happy in the joy, and then you were like, "Can I ask for a hug?" And he was like, "Yes."
Yeah,
You guys
big hug.
hugged. And then I hugged with him, and it was just, he was like, "I cannot believe this is happening." And yeah, he was sharing a bit of his life with us,
Yeah.
and he was so grateful.
And he had come from the East Coast
Yeah.
and just in an area we were near, and
Yeah.
I don't know, it just felt very beautiful and
Yeah.
just like welcoming the stranger in.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I felt so much joy with that,
Yeah.
and it felt surreal. And I'd even had a recent prayer of just wanting
Yeah.
like these opportunities to give, whatever
Yeah.
that looks like. And then this showed up, and
Yeah.
it just, I don't know, it was like, wow, I needed that. Like, that was amazing. That felt
Yeah.
like such a miracle.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that was so, and his name was Joe.
yeah.
That was the most funny part of all of it, because we'd been talking about Joe, the car Joe, like,
Yeah.
and then here we're paying for Joe, and that was so beautiful.
And it was right at this time period. So it's like, wow, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, he was there for like 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it was just such a, like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. So had we done anything else different, stayed longer, or
Yeah.
gone to, it's like, you know, we never know what anything is for. But I was like, wow, if the whole day was just for this, that was worth it. I'll drive 5 hours just to have this miraculous encounter.
For hours we were in this afterglow, like, wow, this was such a beautiful encounter and such a beautiful moment. Like, it just tells you again and again this experience of giving, like when you fully give, like my whole mind and heart, like everything was fulfilled in that moment, and we were just so happy, and he was happy. I was so happy he even, he was able to accept it.
Yeah.
And so that felt like a huge gift for our minds. And even though everyone in the Pizza Hut was still like, they were still like working things out and working through things, it was like we were all in such joy. We just took the pizza and left. And yeah, it was so amazing. So yeah, that happened. And then part of why we even felt to come on today was because we've been
For those of you who are still watching,
thank you for still watching. But yeah, we've been really wanting to have it made obvious on where to go next. And so we have these beautiful invites, but in the US we felt, okay, we can do one more trip, and then we felt some kind of pull towards Europe. So
the signs and symbols were just lining up for
Yeah.
us, like just things about Europe. Like we make this thought or start to really feel Europe, then someone from Europe would write to us, like within. It's
yeah.
like, whoa.
Yeah, out of nowhere, and every time again. And yeah, even with my father, my biological father, like suddenly offering like a car. And so there were just all these symbols lining up. And then so shall I tell about the ticket first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure about that.
So we were like, okay, let's just see if it's really guided and given if we proceed with tickets. And so we looked on Google Flights, and we found this one ticket where the date felt really good to us and where the price was really good. But we really took our time in the next days of, is this really what the guidance is? Do we feel good with it? Like this day, arriving this time, and over.
And there was still some communications to make,
Yeah.
which we were waiting on.
We were waiting on a little bit. So it took us a few days. And when we finally got back to that website, the price was still there, but only for that day. And only on my phone on Google Flights. And when we looked it up on the websites, the price was gone. Like
it was always double the price.
double
or
the
something.
price. Like, oh no, we missed our window. And we tried everything. But I like, oh, and is it then for us a week later to go? Because there is still a good price. And we're like, wow, we're not really feeling that.
Yeah.
So then at one point I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try to get our tickets on my phone. Because on my phone, if I proceed to the actual website of the airline, I have the same prices. Not on the website, but on my phone I still
Right.
do. Not on the webpage on my laptop, but on my phone I still do. So I proceeded every step, like very carefully, like, is the price gonna change? No. And then all the way till the end, and then it said pay, and I was like, we did it!
We did it.
And then we're like, is this really real? And then it said, congratulations, this is the confirmation of your tickets. And I'm like, is this really happening? And that felt like that was such an almost out of body experience in a sense, because you're like, how did it just work? Nowhere else does it work. Only through my phone do I
Yeah.
still get that price. And yeah, it felt as if Spirit was saying, trust me, like, have the determination to go for it if this is what you truly feel. Don't waver and keep going. And so that was really joyful, and we just had to really be with that. Like, oh my God, what just happened?
Yeah. Like,
So-
okay, Europe is finally happening.
Yes.
We've been praying on when this is
Yes.
for a while.
For a long
We've had
while.
Europe in mind
Yeah.
kind of the whole time, but
Yeah.
we just didn't know what the timing was.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. So now we know.
Yeah, August 24th is when we leave, so we arrive in Europe, Amsterdam,
Yeah.
on August 25th.
So yeah, we're very open for everyone, for anyone. We're open for everyone, but for anyone who wants to join with us, have a cup of coffee with us, or yeah, we're just very open to any invites, or just to spread the love and go deeper with each other in the love and see where it leads.
Yeah. So feel free to contact us, and we can just join, be in prayer, and see how or if
Yeah.
it can work.
Yeah. So, and before that, we first, we're gonna take one more trip. We're
Yeah.
gonna go from here to our friend Paul in Chicago and spend time with him. And he's part of this beautiful Unity Church where they have a course group. So, we're gonna probably join him there. But yeah, that's up for us first.
Yeah, that'll be quite soon.
Yeah. So, very exciting.
Yeah, we don't know what it's all meant to look like, but we can both stay there essentially indefinitely,
Yeah.
but just open for the invites and see where the Spirit leads us.
Yes. Okay, well, thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
And hope to see you soon. And you're with us in our hearts.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm.
Thank you and blessings.